I'd like to tell you a couple of things. I got a new contract through the state contract for the Verizon phone bill. So the phone bill should go down drastically as soon as they get it processed. They've been working on it for about 2 months now, and it's a long process. But as soon as that goes through, you'll see a huge slash in the phone bill. They're still working on that. I'll tell them to communicate to the secretary of the township instead of me personally. I have been using my personal internet connection to do internet work for the township. So we haven't been paying the bill here at the township. So that's one bill that you guys haven't been paying that you might have, you get somebody in here that doesn't have internet or willing to use it for the business.
Still have internet here.
Also, there's no, you don't have to buy the labor law posters that were being bought before. Those are all available for free. So I've just been ripping those letters up when they come in for renewal. I get everything online for free. Download it, print it, hang it. The only thing that changes often that you have to really keep a good eye on is the minimum wage when it changes. You need a new poster for that. I have not been paying for the QuickBooks tax rate because we don't have enough employees to justify paying that humongous bill. Instead, I just use a spreadsheet where I have people's payroll in there according to the new rates. I write formulas, punched out formulas. I don't have to do all the manual work every day. I also have a spreadsheet for the real estate tax allocation and keeping track of the loans. So you might want to get somebody in here that knows a little something about spreadsheets.
And you will give us our computer back.
Absolutely. Everything will be turned over. I will password for right now it's password protected. I'll remove that protection, and whoever has it after me can put their own password on there to keep your records protected. I'll also back up everything that's on that system onto CDs or they're not CDs now, they're the new ones, CDRs. Everything will be backed up, so if you do get somebody in here who doesn't know what they're doing, and boom, all your stuff goes away, you can get it right back on there.
And your last day is December 31st then, is that what you're saying?
Well, I want to do the W-2s for this year, because I want to make sure that mine's right. So I don't think I'm allowed to do that until January 1st. So as soon as I do that, I will bring everything in. I'll check on that. Yeah, I might be able to do it. But at the organizational meeting, I will bring everything in and turn it over. My keys, the laptop. The records are already here. I just picked up the 2010 records from the auditor, and those are back in the building now. The auditor has those.
Well, I don't want any more checks written then between now and then.
Bullshit. I'm getting paid between now and then, and I will be writing checks. I'm still employed by the township until December 31st.
There were checks in the general account that I had no clue what was written. I went to the bank to find out what the checks were written out of the general account. Elizabeth,
what are you talking about?
These checks.
Every check that gets written, you know about it.
No, I don't. It was already out. It's Frank and Frankie's and your signature were on these checks out of the general fund. I did not know about these checks. One of them was your paycheck for $300. One of them was the City of Oil City for $2,172. This is November 30th. Another of them was for PSATs for $60. Another one was for Central.
For the drug test.
I know, but I knew nothing about these checks even being written. I had to go to the bank. I don't want to be put in another 2 weeks in the same situation of these checks being written and not knowing. As a supervisor, I am responsible of knowing where the money is going.
And as an employee, I'm entitled to a paycheck, and I will be writing my final paycheck.
Excuse me, it's a moot point. Frankie resigned as of today. She'll need your signature for her check and any other check that comes out of here.
And how are we going to do checks when there's only 2 supervisors?
Yours and Frank's will justify what needs to be done till the last day of the month.
Great.
And Verizon is another one, and Venango Newspapers was another, and Central Penn Gas. I had no clue. I had to go to the bank and ask. And that's not the way it meant to be done.
May I say something?
Yes.
Okay, some of the things that you need to be considerate of is that you need to get your signature card signed.
Yes.
already done.
I already
And
did
you
talk
also
about that.
have to, really, you should be changing the locks on everything in this.
Yes, I will be doing.
All right, so you do not want me to post my position, you just wanna write it out and when
Yes.
it come organizational time?
Yes. Is that what you wanna do, Jim? Yes.
Which is a new point too, because I'm not a supervisor yet.
But on that point, we went to the, tell them we went to
Okay,
Fund
I
Bank,
went-
what they said.
I went to the bank, I talked about signature cards. After the first, I have to take what you wrote, or what you won in the newspaper and take it out and do signature cards. They played games with me until like March, I didn't have my signature cards. And I talked to Jody Weaver, the vice president at Fund Bank, and I told him we might, I didn't know for sure, because we didn't have a vote yet in the reorganization meeting. If we didn't have a secretary, what would happen? How would we pay our bills? I asked them if the bank would pay our bills for us, so we wouldn't be get behind in the payments and the truck payments and, you know, the tanks and different payments. And he said that they would work with us, and they would write checks for us, as long as I had the invoice.
They would assign an agent, just like it was
Yeah.
said in the last meeting. It's not a worry.
I'll take that. And I've got very much.
Pass the resolution.
Go through it, tell them about it.
Your budget was posted in the paper. It is $1.86 mils.
1.85.
Thank you. And,
One for the fire hall, 0.85 for the
yeah,
rest.
one to the fire hall at this point, and, the 8.825 to the, municipality. Gives you total taxes of $111,031.
Didn't we just pay her bond last month? So she resigned 15 days after we paid her bond.
No,
It can
no,
go on.
I don't wanna pass it because of the fire tax, back to the fire tax again. And if I would pass it, I wouldn't even have a place, you didn't even write a place if I would have passed it to even sign it.
I think you have to, Linda, I think you have to pass it, you have to pass it.
No, you
The
don't.
fire tax is
I know, but you'll have to, you can reopen it back, it's your reorganization meeting, but I think legally, Pat, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're legally bound to pass the budget.
You can reopen it later.
You can reopen it later.
I didn't pass it
Before the
last
end of the
year.
year.
Yeah, but somebody else.
Frankie did.
Oh,
Yeah.
In
and
order,
legally,
in order to comply with state regs, you mean? I do believe that's true.
okay, then I make a motion to pass it.
With the reopening.
With the, yeah, I will be reopening it, hopefully if I get another vote, so,
Second, all in favor?
aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, and resolution for the budget adoption. I guess that's all one shot deal. Get a paperwork to sign. Anything else?
Just that I've been getting quotes, and I'm getting lower quotes for the insurance, like 25% lower. And what else have I been working on? When I did put in for the, which we agreed to the 30,000, I had to put in a bid for the, salt box. I had to, in the letter, it said to put in a lower bid. It was like 21,000 something, but it would be the same size as the one we have now, so I'm waiting for the official, hopefully we got it.
The other thing she's forgetting is she also said that if she wanted me to remind her, you wanted me to remind you about the, if there's people interested in keeping money flowing to the fire hall, that you'd love to see a petition for signatures from the people. If there's a petition that comes in there, they want the money, and Jim and them want to send the money, I have no problem with that as well.
You know, Frank, if you're gonna come to the meetings, which I'm sure you'll probably come to the township meetings, I will be asking you fire hall questions, so I would appreciate it as our fire chief, you know, to bring documentation with you.
Linda,
Yes.
one more thing, if she is resigning at the end of the year and you already have paid her bond, Liz should have some paperwork somewhere that she got from the state, that there's a form in there, to change the name of your treasurer. So there is a form for that,
Okay.
so she should have it.
We just don't know who it is.
Right, you don't know who it is, but I mean, she has a form to change that. She should have.
Okay.
I
Well,
remember quite well.
okay.
Back in the fire tax, there was, I don't remember what the price was, $20-some thousand left over.
Mhm.
Why is the bathroom not working? Why are, I mean, the fire tax is allocated to certain things, and the building is the primary one. Why is all this stuff wrong when they have $23,000 left over? Why don't they use it to the fire hall? I guess that's my question to you, Frank.
We were debating on either why throw good money after bad, if we could build a new building for less money, than it would cost to fix it, or whatever.
Not less money, $250,000 is not less money. I mean, I think, as a supervisor, this is the way I feel. I want our fire department to stay open. I think we should be happy for the fire hall, the building itself, you know, be thankful for what we have. Fix up what we have. Try to get people in there to volunteer and, you know, work together as a community. And Frank, you're gonna have to be more open to the people, so the people are going to come.
And you guys need to get to the
Well, then
board.
you guys need to get it.
All right, anything else?
I have
And he's been forthcoming with
one
us.
more question.
Go ahead.
I heard this through the grapevine, so I'm not even sure that it's true, and I didn't hear it from anybody in this room. Someone told me that they heard that Frankie Jr.'s wife, young Frankie's wife, and Frankie, had filed workman's comp claims against the township, or not workman's comp claims against the township. Is that true?
They, at different points in time, if somebody got hurt, yes,
How could it be that there could be a claim filed against the township's workman's comp and nothing was ever brought up at a meeting? How-
Because when you get hurt, you need to have the paperwork and send it with the people.
I understand that part, but wouldn't there be a report that says that we have so many people that file claims against the
It
township?
was paid for the fees, paid for whatever you got, Frankie got cut or whatever at one time. And,
Wages, what about the wages?
No.
Your daughter-in-law got $934 wages just back
Learn how to read the
back in
paperwork.
April, Frank. I can read.
Learn how to read the paperwork.
I can read, Frank.
If nobody else, does anybody else have anything to say before we adjourn?